All right. Today, I wanted to give an announcement that I'm turning 25. I'm going through one of the biggest quarter life crises. If I'm even going to live till 75, maybe I'm already a third of the way there. But this has truly been, some time in our lives where I feel unfunctional. I need something. I need like an over encompassing amount of caffeine, or I need to put on like a nicotine patch, or take Adderall XR for me to even feel like I don't know, normal. Like if I'm not lethargic at all, or I think it's not even like a whole energy thing. I don't, because my adolescence, I never had to rely on any of that as a crutch. I'd wake up in the morning and I'd get out of bed and I'd have a bit of optimism in my soul. I'd be able to take on the day and I'd be able to look forward to things and with a smirk on my face. But now I just can't feel normal, just off of nothing, off of my own fumes. And I think it's maybe just the lack of dopamine in my life. Like I need to get it exogenously from somewhere else, but I find that the stress weighs ever more heavy. And maybe that contributes to it a little bit, where the more stress you have, it almost like it subtracts dopamine to where you need more dopamine to counteract the stress. And I guess back then there's nothing really stressed me out. So I'm talking, to the void again, because I'm a lonely bastard. Like it's not often that I think of me being alone forever as, the outcome that would happen to me. I would have never assumed that, I'd be the guy that'd be alone forever. And it's not like I sought to correct that by any means. I didn't seek to get in with any relationships. I was kind of more of I isolated myself from the world for the most part. Like, it was always after school where if I could play a game by myself, or if I could just, I was always terminally online. Like there was not a moment where I wasn't just rotting on the internet. And I think maybe that added to the lack of extroversion that I once had when I was a kid. But I often find it to be harder to be a social pariah, especially when you get older, because there's different motivations that people have. There's different, you have to deal with like the whole pyramid scheme, the whole like ladder of social hierarchy. And there's like some weird, like people are just weird past that point. And you find it hard to talk with all of them because they just don't feel like themselves for the most part, or like what they want to be. And I always carried, the soul on my wrist. I always like to show, who I actually am around people. I like to be, jovial. I like to be like a free spirit. But, it's when people decide to fake themselves, that's when you really feel drained being around them. And then you kind of feel inclined to fake yourself so that you don't show what you're feeling about them. So it's like this whole conundrum that frankly sucks, man. Like, why should anybody have to fucking mask up? At least when you're like a kid, you're a lot more unfiltered. But, I find that as the years go by, the more alone I get. And unfortunately, it's the way I prefer it. Like, I wish I didn't prefer being alone, but it's like a barrier I have to put up to shield myself from the outside world. The world is what exhausts me. When I'm around people, it exhausts me. Because at the end of the day, they always feel the same. They're like trying to find something about you that they can use as ammunition. They're just prying for no good reason. And it feels like, because of that, nobody can really be your friend. And it don't even get me started on the whole dating aspect, because, I'm the most black-pilled you could possibly get. I'm alone. Like no one's ever gonna come to pull me up and be my angel and save me. No one's ever gonna, go out of their way for me. People barely went out of their way for me. When my own friends, when, I was like 16, like people would barely hang out, and, nobody is on the same page anymore. And I find that a bit frightening, because the world that we're going into is one where nobody talks to each other, or everybody looks at each other like they're tools instead of people. It's almost like, how the people that actually rule the world see us, because if you're not one of them, then you ain't gonna get ahead financially. There's nothing you could do. You're just gonna be doomed to live whatever life this is for however much longer. And there are times, like I'll admit, that I cry to myself because I'm just so alone. And it's especially if you like read something like romantic. If you read like a good fucking comic and there's like a bit of romance in it, you can sense that, man, these like people really care for each other. And it's like, damn, that fucking hits my soul, man, because I know that's for the few and far between. Like, I don't even think that's the average experience. Like, I don't know. And I feel like I'm just degenerating neurologically. Like, I feel like my brain is just shutting off because there's something missing. And I'm just, it sucks that this is the life that we all gotta live. We all gotta work. We all gotta not be able to afford a home. That we all gotta settle for much less than we really need to. That the taxes that we pay every time we go to work doesn't go to anything good. It doesn't go to our own country. It goes to other countries before it goes to this country. It goes to importing other people from other countries into this country. And my outlook on it is so bleak because you see that these people are prioritized in even like the trades, like trucking. Like I was watching a video about how these like immigrants get priority in trucking, and there's channels that I watch that talk about trying to get hired for like some kind of trucking gig, and they take him really seriously, and they make it seem like he's taking a pilot's license test. They're trying to extract all they can off of this guy, but meanwhile they letting an immigrant to drive a truck and he doesn't even speak the damn language, and they get in accidents and they're like greenlit. How do these people get in? How do they know absolutely nothing and can't exactly do the job, but they somehow passed? They're being intentionally let in, and here you are, barely able to get your next gig, probably fucking being shit tested all across the board. And this world wasn't built for us. They intentionally want to sabotage you. They want you to not feel like your own country's your own home. And frankly, where else is there for us? Is there anywhere else for us? Oh, man. I'm constantly battling with my mind to stop procrastinating, to maybe just get up and do something. But I don't know what's in the air, man. I just can't seem to get myself to do anything. And even recording this video right now is a whole process for me. I feel like I'm just burnt out. Like I got nothing left. I got no fuel in the tank, and I'm on the verge of giving up, man. I don't know how many times I can keep clocking into work with put on the fake smile and just pretend like nothing's going on. And forgive me for this video being so fucking mopey, but like I'm struggling, man. Like I'm out of it. I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm everything, man. I'm overwhelmed with all the bullshit going on. I just want to like give up. I just want to, we're clearly going to lose this. It's not like anybody's going to do anything. People fought over 2% tax, and here we are, getting pinched for 40, and we're doing nothing about it. So I think I've lost faith in people coming to any conclusion. They might agree on a couple of points, and Nick Fuentes and Kanye West will get together, but in light of all this shit, what are we really gonna do? What are we really gonna do? They got the world by the balls, and here we are. We're just born cogs into this little machine that they got. Why did life have to be this way, man? Like, dude, there's never one time in my life that I felt like I loved anybody. I know the stories. I see what it could be like to feel love or to feel loved, but I just don't think that's in the cards for me. I don't know what to do, guys. I got nothing. I mean, for fuck's sake. The previous generation's already calling me Unk. They're already calling me Unk. It's like they got no empathy for one day they're gonna be exactly where I'm at, and they're probably gonna be more miserable. But holy shit, man, it actually hit, because I feel I'm fucking old, guys. I'm fucking old, and I may look like I'm 21 on the outside because I take good care of my health, but man, it's going downhill from here. Like, just when I got out of high school, just when I got into the workplace, at least back then, I had no idea of all this shit. Maybe I thought for a second that I'd be able to afford a house or maybe a life for myself or something. I don't know, but whatever that was there is now gone. It's an American dream. It's a pipe dream. And what do I do, man? What do I do? What does anybody do? We're stuck here. If we back them into a corner, we still lose. They got some crazy fucking weapons they can use against us, man. In like, what was it, Serbia or something? They had like that sonic powered weapon that they dispersed the crowd with. They probably gave like 1,000 people, made them deaf. They got drones in China. I mean, what the fuck do we do about anything? What the hell do we do? There's so many excess men, you just think one day there's gonna be a purge. One day they're gonna pull the cleanup crew and they're gonna decide to, shed a couple of pounds. Maybe I should use AI to help me make some of these videos, because there's a lot of spaces between all the points in which I'm talking. I'm gonna have to cut those out. But it feels like life is almost the same thing. There's just a bunch of dead air. Dead air. You gotta go to a job that you hate to live somewhere that sucks. This is just absurd. At this point, all I really live for is just pure hedonism. I live to get a couple of nuts off in the day, and that's it. That is it. It's probably all it ever will be. That's what keeps me from calling it. Is if I didn't even get that, I'd probably say, well, to hell with it then. And even that's, who knows how long that's gonna last. I just want to feel like a kid again. I want to feel like I did when I was, 12 years old, playing Black Ops 2, running around, training the zombies. After school, everybody talked about all of it. We all did the Easter eggs together. We all, just had a good time. I don't wake up in the morning with anything to look forward to. It's almost like when I eventually do get tired from the day, it's not like I want to stay up any longer. Like I just want to go to bed so I can tolerate the next day. Because I just feel like everything is just beating the fuck out of me. I procrastinate so much shit. It's been like fucking years since I could make like a music playlist for myself because I just kept putting it off. Literally years. And that's when the burnout started. It's in high school, latter half of high school. Like I said, I was going to make a playlist, and here we are about like 6-7 years later, and still none of it got done. I can't just dedicate a day to something. I don't know where to put any of my cards. I don't know what hobbies I should do. Because every time I feel like I do any of my hobbies, it just feels like a waste of time, because I'm not going to be able to keep up with it, with just how burnt out I am from the day. I found it in me to learn piano a little bit, and then I stopped. I used to draw in high school, but then I stopped. I was too much to ask for. I want to be able to do my hobbies and pursue them, but at the same time, I don't want my hobbies to make me obese because I'm trying to juggle all these plates. I wish I just had the entire day to dedicate toward hobbies alone and just get to enjoy my life. Like look at PewDiePie. He gets to draw and he got good with it within a year because he has no like obligations or responsibility, and the money's carrying him. He made off with it, and he gets to do what he loves. He feels like you have to win the lottery to get to do what you fucking love for once in a goddamn blue moon. Even if you get a bunch of money, you're probably the first thing you're gonna be thinking of is, oh, how do I set this up and make a business out of this? Well, I don't want to make a business out of shit. I just want to do what I like to do. I don't want to feel like I have to be productive. Why was I brought into this world if I just can't enjoy life, if I can't smell the damn flowers? And heck, I mean, I probably would have been able to do something by now, but, the only time I got lucky in life was nailing a job. Like, I actually got a job that is pretty good. It would be stupid to quit because it pays more than the average. So here I am, caught between a rock and a hard place of wanting to be some unemployed fucking bum versus, somebody who's basically rotting at work all day. So many games in the library I let collect dust. I haven't got around to... I feel like I went to the gas station to get some fucking milk, and I have like 3 different kids, but I can't take care of any of them, let alone myself. I just can't win. I guess I wasn't meant to. That's why I gotta numb myself all day. That's why I gotta do this low energy activity. I mean, all I do is watch YouTube and watch anime and do all the easy shit. I can barely have the energy to force myself to play a game. It takes less energy to watch a video. My frontal lobe is fully developed. And I guess in some sense it's a good thing because I finally see all the truths of this world. I see how it really is. I see how the big Kippa compadres use the media and religion to brainwash people into being afraid of going to hell. But frankly, we're already in it. We're already living in hell right now. That's the big twist. There isn't any other word that can really describe it, because here we have to toil. We're tormented constantly. We can die in this car accident because the American infrastructure is complete shit, and we have to risk our lives every time we simply go outside, instead of getting mauled by some big metal death trap because somebody wants to be on a fucking alcohol spree, or be a migrant driver, or be a damn woman, for Christ's sake. So what do we do? Like, all day long, I just watch YouTubers. I just have so much content that it's like endless at this rate, and I can't even keep up with all of it. But I'm literally rotting, guys. I don't find enjoyment in anything anymore. I guess the only time I really do is if I read like a good story enough to make me fucking bawl my eyes out, because I know it's something that'll never happen in my life. And I can only mourn for that prospect because, you know, nobody's gonna save me. Nobody's gonna pull me out of the dirt. I'm just stuck here, and I don't want any relationship that's gonna be transactional, you know? I've got all the features that nobody wants. Like, I am entirely unwantable. And there's some people that call me a fake cell because, you know, maybe on the outward appearance, I'm not all that bad. I'd say I'm like a 5.5, a 6 out of 10 at most, but, you know, I'm not well endowed. I'm not blessed with the height genetics. And I'm just, maybe it was the food or the baby formula my mom was chugging at birth that made me the way I am. Maybe I'm just pseudo-autistic, and maybe my neurological function couldn't reach as high as it should have. I don't know. I know the food supply is poison, and I know it probably affected a lot of us at birth, and a lot of us throughout our entire lives. This video sucks. I don't even know if I want to post it or not. Well, I guess I'm being as transparent as I possibly can be. I just don't know how much more I got in me, guys. I really don't know. The days just keep going by faster and faster and faster, and before you know it, a year is over and you're just 1 year older. Like, if you're a NEET right now, or if you can't find a job, you stop looking. Smell the flowers a little bit. Do what you like. Do your hobbies. Because you only got one life on this earth. And whatever leverage you can do on your own to get some enjoyment out of this bleak-ass life, I mean, take all of it to your advantage. For Christ's sake, this world will beat you down and it'll spit you out. And if you don't do what you love, you're going to be miserable the entire time. Like, I'm so tempted to do it. Like, I just need to pick up like a buckshot or something. Because really, there's nothing that can cure me past this. The world is in such a precarious situation right now. It's just going to be too stressful. Especially when people are, you know, hating each other as much as they already do now. Nobody's really unified. And I don't expect it to get that much better. Like, what do we do? What do we do? I'm just so sad, man. This world messed me up. This world really messed me up. And I'm not ready to go back to work just yet. I'm really not ready. The weekend feels so short. Time feels so fucking short. It's like there's nothing worth remembering. Is that why all the Japanese animes talk about high school and shit? Because is that like the last time people remember shit? And then it's just nothing from there? And the rest of the life is just pain or divorce or fucking chores. Life is just a chore. I'm getting tired of doing it. When do I get to live? When do I get to be me? But anyway, guys, if you like this silly little ramble that I went on, I guess subscribe, hit the like button, whatever you do. It's been your boy Froglet, clocking out.